It's a calm, starlit night over the vast ocean. The water shimmers with the reflection of the moon, casting a gentle, silvery glow. The waves lap softly against the shore, creating a soothing, rhythmic lullaby. In this serene seascape, life continues its intricate dance even as the world sleeps. Beneath the surface, dolphins exhibit an extraordinary form of resilience. They sleep with one hemisphere of their brain at a time, keeping one eye open and continuing to swim. Imagine them gliding gracefully through the water, half awake, always aware of their surroundings. They surface for air and remain vigilant against predators, all the while letting each half of their brain take turns resting. This incredible adaptation allows them to stay safe and maintain their vital functions, even in the vulnerable state of sleep. And how moving is the heartwarming imagery of sea otters holding hands as they sleep, floating in cozy groups to avoid drifting apart, nestled together, their furry bodies bobbing gently with the ocean's movements. This touching behavior not only keeps them connected, but also ensures their safety, highlighting the importance of companionship and trust in their world. And then we see our old friend, the amazing, purposeful parrotfish, who has developed a unique and superpowered technique for ensuring they get their needed rest. Welcome to Resilience Gone Wild, where we dive into the incredible stories of nature's adaptation and survival, and discover what animals and plants can teach us about resilience and building our win-win-win mindset. I'm your host, Jessica Morgenthal, a resilience and positive psychology trainer, teacher, author, speaker, coach, and consultant. Today, we're diving back into a different kind of resilience from our parrotfish friend, the kind that comes from rest and rejuvenation. Peacefully sleeping, nestled between some coral, are our colorful parrotfish, this time transformed inside mucus cocoons that they astoundingly create to surround themselves with. Now, we've all been pestered by mosquitoes and unwanted bugs. As it turns out, it's no different under the sea. For our parrotfish, they're blood-sucking isopods, the mosquitoes of the sea, that love to sneak into our parrotfish's sensitive gills and mouth to feed, hide out, and even breed. During the day, parrotfish have mastered a unique head-shaking behavior to keep those parasites at bay. They shake so vigorously from side to side that the isopods are just flung away. And parrotfish also stop by cleaning stations, where cleaner fish like wrasses, gobies, and shrimp help remove these pests in exchange for not being eaten. But at night, the cleaning stations close up shop. These cleaner fish need their sleep too. So some parrotfish species have developed a very clever solution. Each evening, as the sun sets, they find a sheltered location in the reef, like a crevice, and surround themselves with a clear mucus bubble to protect them. It's very much like a mosquito net or a cocoon. The specialized glands in their skin excrete a sticky, protective mucus. Using their fins and mouth, they gather the mucus and spread it all around their body. They keep this up until they have a protective bubble all the way around them. Then they settle down to a very sound sleep till dawn, their bodies shielded from harmful parasites and predators when the parrotfish are most vulnerable, recharging for the day to come. So imagine this. Not only does this purposeful bubble keep predators away by blocking the irritating isopods, it also masks the parrotfish's odor and camouflages their bright-colored scales. The homemade sleeping bag has antibacterial properties to keep germs out and help wounds heal by staving off infections. And the mucus has sunscreen in it, since they live in shallow reefs where the sun can penetrate all the way to the ocean floor. Researchers have even found that the bubble might act like a winter coat, helping to regulate their body temperature to keep it stable during cooler nighttime or deeper conditions. Oh, and if that's not all mind-blowing enough, their sleeping bag acts as a pillow that protects them from the rough coral and rocks that they will inevitably knock into as the current bounces them around their hideaway. And if that bubble gets popped, it has a built-in alarm that wakes the parrotfish up immediately. So what can we learn from the parrotfish's magic sleep bubble? When we work hard all day at living our meaning and purpose, or just exhaust ourselves otherwise, we really need a good night's sleep so we can wake up the next morning with our brains and bodies refreshed and ready to get back to living life. Creating a quality sleeping environment is vital. We too need to block out our parasites and predators to get a good solid snuggle up going. But why is it so important for us to sleep? There's 4 really critical reasons. We need a healthy and resilient brain. During sleep, our brains work on repairing and refreshing themselves. They drain toxins and likely some proteins linked to Alzheimer's. Our brains are preparing for a new day of learning, remembering, creating, and dealing with all those bumps in the road too. We need a healthy and resilient body. Sleep keeps us in balance. Not getting enough quality sleep regularly raises the risk of many diseases and disorders, including heart disease, stroke, obesity, diabetes, and dementia. We also need an alert and resilient mind. A rejuvenated mind enables us to concentrate, to think clearly, to learn better, to be more creative, and to make better decisions. And sleep impacts our mood. Have you ever woken up on the wrong side of the bed? We're so much happier and more pleasant to others when we get a good night's sleep. When we're tired, we shift more easily into lower energy levels. We find ourselves feeling like victims or full of anger and rage. We rise more easily to fear, anger, regret, resentment, apathy, and other negative energy states. When we're rested, we have a way better chance of showing up as our best selves in our relationships and our interactions. So what's coming to mind for you? How's your sleep? What's getting in the way of a consistent good night's sleep? Or maybe someone you know and love is having trouble sleeping well. How great would it be to help them to sleep better? Think like a parrotfish. What are you going to do to build your protective sleep bubble? Or helping loved ones build theirs? What's getting in the way? Let's first talk about sleep parasites and predators. Humor me, I love metaphors. Predators are something that comes from outside to hunt, kill, and consume you. Your sleep predators might be environmental factors that annoy your senses, like when it's too cold or hot, or too bright or too noisy, or the air could be irritating, or the bed uncomfortable. What's popping up for you? What are your sleep predators? Grab a pen and paper and make a list right now, or open up the Notes app on your phone and jot down a few quick ideas. Just press pause on this podcast, and if you can't, be sure to come back later and jot some ideas down then. For me, my external predators were pretty clear once I stopped to pay attention. The ceiling fan was making clicking sounds. The shades were allowing in light in the early morning. Oh, and my husband likes to watch TV to fall asleep, but I was staying up to find out how the shows ended. And messy sheets drove me crazy. Easier fixes than I expected. I cleaned the ceiling fan, pulled the shade all the way to the bottom, made the bed more neatly, and just decided that I didn't care what happened in the silly shows and closed my eyes and let myself fall asleep. Get that list out. What can you do about your predators? I'll bet there are some easy fixes. And let's talk about our phones, the elephant on the phone in the room. There's all this research, all these experts that tell us to put our phones away long before we want to fall asleep, like 30, 60, and even 90 minutes before. But we all know it's more complicated than that. What you do on your phone actually matters more, like doom scrolling social media versus saying goodnight to a loved one. And substituting another screen like a tablet or TV is no less invasive, like the silly shows on TV for me. Blue light exposure? Recent studies now suggest that it's not about the color of the light, but it's the intensity of the light. Makes sense. Bright light keeps you stimulated and your mind more awake. So start by turning down the brightness on your phone and even use some of those nighttime phone settings like dark mode and night shift. Let's talk more about what's happening on your screens. If you're doing something that's getting your mind racing and upset, yep, it's likely going to keep you up and mess with you all night. Watching the news, scrolling social media, getting into an online battle of truth, it does seem pretty obvious once you stop and pay attention. How can those activities not burst your sleep bubble? So ideally, you've got yourself a beautiful, calming nighttime routine. Your phone is off, pleasant book or simple puzzle that doesn't rev up your mind, or a relaxing meditation app or some calming music. And you've got your ringer off and phone on Do Not Disturb. Most phones these days offer an option to set up your Do Not Disturb schedule so you don't even need to think about it. And don't panic. You can designate contacts that can bust through the Do Not Disturb. Perfect for family and close friends if there's ever an emergency. Be sure to let them know, though, not to buzz through unless it's really important. Of course, it's always a good idea to recharge your phone in an outlet that you can't reach. It'll give you the pause you need to stop and think. Is it really a good idea to get up out of bed to get the phone, or should I try to fall back to sleep instead? How's this sounding so far? Identify your predators, devise some solutions, and build that bubble. It's easier than you think, and help others you care about to do the same. It's a win-win-win for everyone when we're all well rested. So those external predators are likely not the only things messing with your sleep and bursting your bubble. We all have internal parasites eating away at our sleep too. There's the mind clutter, the worries, the fears about forgetting something, the negative feelings about ourselves and others, all the stuff we replay in our heads. Those broken records are not helpful at all. Then we add the anxiety that we're not going to get enough sleep, and that makes us even more agitated. What are your parasites? Are you a worrier, stuck awake ruminating over potential problems and uncertainties? An overthinker. Do you replay past events or conversations? Overanalyze decisions? A planner who gets distracted with rehearsing things coming up and worrying that you'll forget something? Is your mind all revved up with emotional turmoil like sadness, anger, or excitement, and you have trouble quieting your mind? For me, these internal sleep parasites were mostly my to-do list that I spent too much time trying to remember. My solution? I now make a to-do list before I go to sleep. I write down things I might worry about forgetting. When I wake up during the night with a to-do item, I quickly jot it down to get it out of my mind. Quieting your thoughts by getting them out of your head and down on paper or screen is priceless. Journaling and making lists, so helpful. And if you can't seem to stop those negative thoughts, replacing them with positive thoughts is magic too. Start a gratitude practice by writing down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for each day, or meditate on them. Mindfulness techniques like progressive muscle relaxation, mindful breathing, visualization of a peaceful place, and mindful listening can be powerful sleep aids too. A calming bedtime routine can really help. There's lots of great apps to help build all these practices. Then there's body parasites too. Do you have physical pain or discomfort that comes out at night? Are you treating the irritant or ignoring it and hoping it will go away? It's so much more effective to be intentional in creating your sleep bubble rather than waiting for something to miraculously change. I used to get leg cramps and figured out that it was dehydration and that hydrating better during the day was magic. In nighttime emergencies, I drink a big glass of water and the cramp disappears immediately. Simple fixes can be incredibly effective. You just have to pay attention and decide to take action. If something hurts or causes you discomfort, figure out what's going on. Skimping on sleep is certainly not making it better. My husband struggles with carpal tunnel and wears wrist braces to sleep. He got used to them, and it's really helped him avoid numbness during the night and in the morning. You can do a body scan meditation before sleep to raise your body awareness, reduce stress, and relax. If you have an untreated pain, put it on your to-do list and do something about it. Long story short, Prepare your environment, mind and body for sleep, and build that sleep bubble. You'll see a huge difference immediately. Start paying attention to your sleep predators and parasites. Take them on. Create a sleep bubble that serves you better. Just get started. Identify one easy external sleep predator and fix it. Write down some of the parasite stuff that clutters your mind as you try to fall asleep. Get it out of there. Do some positive thinking, like a gratitude practice before bed. Avoid stressful situations and too much stimulation before bed. And try my favorite trick for falling asleep or falling back to sleep. Get comfy and close your eyes. Then just count backward from 100 by sevens. 100, 93, 86, 79. Oh, and my other favorite trick, if you have to get out of bed, don't turn on any bright lights. Use your phone flashlight or get a gentle nightlight for whatever room you usually head into. And let's not forget our purposeful parrotfish. Consider donating to or volunteering with organizations dedicated to parrotfish protection and ocean conservation, such as Loggerhead, Oceana, the Nature Conservancy, and so many others. Advocate for policies and regulations that safeguard marine life and ecosystems. Your support helps ensure they thrive despite challenges. And protecting parrotfish and their habitats is a big step in maintaining the delicate balance of reefs, benefiting marine life and coastal communities alike. Thank you for listening to Resilience Gone Wild, where we dive into the incredible stories of nature's adaptation and survival, and discover what animals and plants can teach us about resilience and building our win-win-win mindset. If you've been enjoying our deep dives into the wide world of animal resilience, we've got a little favor to ask. Just like a parrotfish keeps coral reefs healthy and our beaches sandy, you can help our podcast thrive. Here's how. Rate and review us on your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback not only helps us improve, but also helps other listeners discover these amazing stories of resilience. Think of it as leaving a trail of breadcrumbs for fellow nature enthusiasts to follow. Plus, every month, we'll pick a lucky reviewer to receive a special shout out on the show and a chance to ask a question to one of our expert guests. So tap those stars, write a review, and help us keep the spirit of resilience alive and well. And be sure to check out the show notes where there's lots of resilience activities, tons of photos, videos, and info on our beloved resilient heroes and how you can make a difference. I hope you'll post a comment, subscribe to my newsletter, and drop me an email. Maybe we'll read it on the show. It would be so much fun to connect. So long for now.
This has been a production of BLI Studios, produced by me, Kai. Follow along with our other BLI produced shows at balancinglifesissues.com/podcast-BLI. Got an idea for the show? Email me, Kai, at balancinglifesissues.com. And don't forget to stay in touch with your host, Jessica, at jessica@winwinwinmindset.com. Anything else to add, Miles?
Yeah.